Good stuff. So, my Alexa device is 3 minutes behind, apparently. My Alexa's like, it's 8:30 right now, but like, when I look over at my computer and my cell phone, it's 8:33. What the fuck? I'm like, why is the time 3 minutes slow? They're like, oh, it might be in the wrong time zone. It's like, since when does being in the wrong time zone make your fucking clock 3 minutes late? For maybe an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, give or take. Never a couple minutes. Come on. We are here. I just realized I'm still wearing 2 pairs of socks, so, and then I need to turn the game down. This is way too fucking loud. Oh! Viewers popped up and went away like 3 times, and YouTube still says I have no views. Isn't that fun? Isn't that cool? Should definitely say there's been at least 1. Like, I've seen a 1 pop up and disappear like 3 times. That's definitely at least 1 person, right? Fuck, I'm getting bogged down in this game. That guy who's like, I've got like almost 60 hours in this game. Like, wow, like what a tremendous amount of hours. I still haven't seen it all, he says. You know how many hours I have in this game? Let's see how many hours I have in this game. Okay, let's see how many hours I have in this game on my very first playthrough. It sounded like buddy like played through it like 3-4 times, trying to see everything, like doing all the different ways and shit. You still only had like 60 hours in the game? Are you fucking mad? How? Because I've got 41 hours in the game, and I'm like on my first playthrough, and I just, honestly, I've only achieved 4 out of 5, 8% of the achievements. Like, I don't think I'm anywhere close to even halfway back. Like, I could be wrong. I genuinely don't think I'm even close to halfway back. Hey, Swirly! Good to see you. Oh, I'm just discussing. I'm like, am I fucking retarded or something? I'm starting to think so because, you know, this guy was like, this super fan came on the screen and he was like, oh dude, this is the greatest game ever, blah blah blah. Like I've almost got 60 hours in this game and I still haven't seen everything. This game is huge. Like I'm like, 60 hours and you still haven't seen anything? Everything? Like, how many playthroughs did this guy fucking squeeze into his 60 hours? Like, am I fucking stupid or something? Because I've got 40 hours in my first playthrough. Am I bogged down? Am I stupid? Am I approaching this game wrong? Like, by the sounds of it, Buddy fucking had like 3-4 playthroughs in the bag in 60 hours and was just like, wow, I can't believe I haven't seen all of it yet in 60 hours. It's like, really? Dude, I've got like 700 hours in fucking Elden Ring. 700! And I still haven't seen everything. How has this guy fucking been through like 3-4 playthroughs in fucking 60 hours? Any ideas? Like, am I approaching this game wrong? Like, it's snowing now. I'm bogged down as fuck. Like, I'm ready for spoiler advice. Like, you got some spoiler advice for me? Like, cause honestly, like, I fucking like. Exactly, right? Like, I'm ready for spoilers. If anybody wants to come in and be like, yo, bro, like, you need to do this. Like, do I need to drink alcohol? Am I fucking up my playthrough by abstaining? Like, can I progress the storyline without drinking? Am I fucking stupid? Should I look it up? No, yeah, you've never played it. Yeah, like, fuck me, like. I'm just bogged down as fuck on this game, and every time I turn it on, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna, and then I turn it on, and I'm like, I don't know what to fucking do. Like, every little thing I do just seems to be pointless and get me absolutely fucking nowhere. Like, it just seems to be pointless. Like, Buddy came in and he's like, oh, you gotta play the board games with fucking Mr. Kim. It's critical. So I did, and like it was interesting and all, but like from a narrative standpoint, like it was interesting, but now I have no money and it spinning my fucking wheels, right? I don't know. Like, I don't want to look stuff up because when you look up little details, you get massive spoilers. But honestly, like, I'm fucking like, the game's incredible. Don't get me wrong. Everything that's presented is like deeply fascinating, but at the same time, it's just like, as soon as I turn it, I'm like, yeah, gung ho to fucking go on it, and then I like. Like, so that's where I'm at. Like, all of these are fucking, like, every one of these is a dead end. Every single one of them has been a complete dead end. I find a new trajectory to go, and it just leads to another dead end. Anyways, okay. I just need to summon my chi for a second and just start, like, just pick it. I'm absolutely astonished how Buddy could just get through even 2 playthroughs, but apparently he's seen like everything in the game. Like, you can be a communist, you can be a fascist, you can be a conservative, you can be a centrist. That's 4 fucking playthroughs right there in under 60 hours. Am I a fucking idiot? Like, what's wrong? Something's wrong. I'm approaching this game wrong. I don't know. I'm still here. I'll just need to go to the bathroom and fucking make myself a sandwich and I'll get going on this stat. Another thing I'd like to know, I got some questions for fucking YouTube. How come I have 2 concurrent viewers and only 1 view? Something doesn't add up. Alright, I'm gonna look something up on fucking Google because I don't know. Hey Google, the video game Disco Elysium is really interesting. Am I approaching the game wrong? Because everything I do doesn't matter and just leads to dead ends.
Disco Elysium is a game with a unique structure that can sometimes feel unconventional. It's true that certain choices may lead to temporary dead ends, or seemingly unproductive outcomes. However, these often serve a purpose within the game's narrative and mechanics. Here are some things to consider. Exploration and unlocking. Many dead ends might open up new paths or reveal hidden aspects of the world as you continue to explore and interact with characters and the environment. Skill development. Some seemingly failed actions might still contribute to the development of your character's skills, which can be crucial for overcoming future challenges. Thought process. The game often encourages you to reflect on your choices and their consequences. Dead ends can be opportunities to consider different perspectives and approaches. If you're feeling stuck, try exploring different avenues, revisiting old locations, or experimenting with different dialogue options. Sometimes, the path forward might not be immediately obvious. Remember, Disco Elysium is a game about the journey and the exploration of your character's inner world, as much as it is about solving a specific case. Embrace the uncertainty and see where it leads.
I need Voxel to show up. And be like, yo, Voxel, just, I don't even care. Like, just tell me what to do that's gonna keep me from just not finishing this game. Like, straight up. Like, I've never played a game that's so deeply compelling that I'm just losing interest in. It's fucking wild. Like, this is a new experience to me. Like, something so just deeply, deeply fascinating and interesting and unique and that's all I got. Like, I'm getting to the point where I just don't even fucking care anymore, which just blows my mind because I don't know. Why can't I? Oh, I can have the in-ears plugged in. I was like, why can't I fucking hear anything? Ah! Where's Voxel? Tell me what to fucking do so I don't just turn the game off and never fucking play it.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
Wait, there's something here, stored away in some dusty corner. It starts like...
Whoa. What else? Silent communion. That's good.
or grasping in particular should get it.
Dang, that's some great shit. You came up with that yourself.
Did you?
I don't really know.
No matter. Great verse is like that sometimes. Ephemeral. You might not look it. Seems you have some literary chops. Maybe there's hope for me yet. Just messing with you. It's cool. You're an okay guy. For a cop. They're more often in the fists than rhymes, see? Let alone honesty in verse.
In a small office behind the old military hospital, hunched under the green glow of his desk light, Officer Hans Blau browses through a test print of his Futurist magazine. It's called The Futurist. The typeface on the header is too small.
In a small office behind the old military hospital, launched under a green glow of his desk light, Officer Hans Blau browses through the desk. What?
The lieutenant looks at you in silence, a curious look in his eyes, nodding slightly.
Well, you've given me some hope, I guess.
You found some common ground with this man, even impressed him.
Right?
The next
You
time
like,
you look in
yeah,
that
then
mirror,
it'll
though,
just lead to nothing.
remember those words.
You see what I mean, right? You're like, something opened up, nice, and it just leads nowhere. Right? That's prime example. Prime example. It's like, oh, I finally fucking made this fucking roll check. Then it just goes nowhere. It's just like, for fuck's sake, this game, really? It's that burger assassination was it's like fucking no, but it just went absolutely nowhere. Like, sure, it was interesting and all, but it didn't go anywhere. You know, like.
Hello, compatriote.
descent has only worse.
That was weird, 'cause we're just... That way I don't need to stir it every time. I give it a quick shake. You know? It's a shake. It's not a stir. So you don't need to see the bottle or hear it to know when it's full, because you feel the temperature change when the liquid comes to your hand. I did. I absolutely did. Ooh. Well, I had a trial run, to be perfectly honest.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
I had a trial run. I had dreadlocks, and they turned out, wow, I guess I did pretty good on the first time. It's like, well, no, they're not hard. I was like, that's a poor example, because they turned out well the first time as well. I cut them off for court, which was a mistake, because they still threw the absolute fucking book at me. So, and then that was about 20 years ago, and it's been growing ever since. I let it grow for about, I don't know, eight years or whatever before I started locking it again. Nah, it's pretty straightforward. Just be careful. Just do it carefully, basically. I'll tell you. The first time I did it, I got my sister, who is a hairdresser, to section it all out evenly with braids, with small tight braids, and then I took a braid, pulled it out, and dreadlocked it with a comb, carefully making sure I didn't make any loops. You just fuck with it. You just tease it. You just make a knot. You make a mat, and you do it with the one. And over the course of about a week, I got through all of them. And that's how I did it the first time, and they turned out awesome. And they were very uniform. There was no loops. There's no little weird things. There's no big ones. There's no, right? That's the way I did it. That's a really good method. And but these ones are almost completely natural. On the other hand, these ones I did myself completely from the ground up. And the way it worked was I had reasonably long hair. It was very thick. And I would get out of the shower in the morning. I would dry my hair like a maniac with a towel. And then I would just put it in a ponytail. And the next day, I would pull out my ponytail, I'd go to bed, I'd get up in the morning, and I'd wash my hair, because when people say your hair, if you wash it all the time, it won't dreadlock, that's fucking nonsense. I would wash my hair every morning, I'd get out of the shower, I would just dry it like a maniac with a fucking towel, throw it in the ponytail. And never comb or brush my hair. I didn't brush her hair, but like, just gave up on it. No, never again. Throw it in a ponytail. And over time, of course, at night, I would be watching TV, and I'd be like, I'd pull my ponytail out or whatever, let my hair down, and I would just kind of like examine. I'm like, oh, weird, this is weird, this is weird, this is weird, oh, that can't be like that. And you'd kind of do it every couple days, right? I just did a little bit of it right there. For example, you'd be like, look for progress, note where there's progress, guide it along, be like, oh yeah, just give it a little twist, kind of go like that, toss it off. If there's ever a mat that's too wide or whatever, you just grab it, you just rip it apart. You're like, oh, that's too wide at the base, rip it apart. So we want to catch it early, right? Too wide at the base, rip it apart, and you're like, oh, there's a loop there? Shit, right? You'd be like, ah, fuck it, you just pull it out, whatever. Just whatever you do, whatever you gotta do to make sure there isn't like a loop in the side or whatever, you're like, ah, fuck, you just rip it out kind of deal, right? So what ended up happening is I have dreadlocks that are absolutely not uniform. And I have one that is fucking massive. I've got one that's massive in comparison to the ones beside it. It actually sprouts into 2 dreadlocks. So I have a unique and very my dreadlocks have a lot of personality now, as opposed to being completely uniform like they were when my sister sectioned it out. So, I don't know. Both methods worked good. These ones are technically more ugly than my other ones, but honestly, having the character is like, this one like sprouts into 2 and like this sprouts into 2, like, I don't know, I think they're more interesting, and I get lots of compliments on these dreadlocks. And yeah, so those are the 2 stories of how I did my own dreadlocks twice. Does anybody watching know how to get here? Or on the... So I'm seriously getting to the point where I'm gonna start looking shit up because I get fucking tired of fucking just having nothing fucking matter. Really tired of how it's deeply fascinating how good the writing is about everything that's being presented. At the same time, it's like, can something matter and not be a complete dead end? Like, what are we doing? Like, I lose it as like, if this, oh man, like, I don't know. I'm getting frustrated. Oh yeah, I'm lost. Like, seriously, does anybody know how to get to these? It looks like he's gonna go there, or maybe he'll go there if I do it this way, I don't know. I tried to get it so he'd run there, but like seriously, like if anybody like knows like how to get in there or like what I should do, like tell me, because I'm gonna fucking look stuff up and I'm gonna get spoilers. Because I'm honestly, like I said it before, I'll say it again, I'm dead fucking tired of like everything I do not mattering and leading to a dead end.
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito. There is a hollow ring as you kick the box. It sounds like it's mostly empty. Your toe has suffered damage.
Cool. You really showed that mail collection box. I don't. Let's go.
He must see the box as the weaker of the two, and you as a bully. Something he doesn't stand for.
I only have one signature on the mailbox though. I only have one signature on the fucking form. I need two.
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible.
Probably some kids.
A simple but clever solution to ruining a coin-operated viewer. It took ingenuity.
Yes?
Holy shit, Kim's running in front of me. Wow.
I like playing in the dark. Sharpens your nocturnal instincts. Feels like being on recon again.
All you observe is a veteran refusing to let go of the past and his old uniform. This is not uncommon.
This is the uniform of the Royal Carabineers in service of Frissel I, Guillaume Le Lion, and the valiant King Philip V before him.
Don't you mean Frissel the Fan?
You do not speak his name, Craven, although he was a clown. But he was our clown. Ours to ridicule and to mourn.
Here's where I might be like actually making a critical error. Like, should I just wildly fail the checks that I know I'm absolutely going to fail? Or should I wait to maybe level those skills up to get a better shot at him. Am I shooting myself in the foot by doing that? I don't know.
There's something you missed.
So I guess
You
I should
get
just
to
go
it.
around and
Don't
fail
worry.
all the fucking obvious checks that I'm absolutely gonna fail. I lock myself out of them, like... Do I need to lock myself out of all these failed fucking things to progress the storyline? Is that how it works? Or am I gonna fuck myself over by locking myself out of things that I obviously won't pass? You know? The fuck did...
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board. With the permit, an aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. On it, the perforated watermarks counting the achievements of the person you used to be. A bunch of sodden papers sag from the clip. Arson, petty theft, spousal abuse. Handwritten logs on dozens of investigations date back to January 51.
Yes, how very childish of you. In your and my defense, almost everyone in the RCM uses the titular system, in addition to the official alphanumeric. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself.
It's a good one there. It's a good one, Mr. Kim. I like you more.
I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
You don't exactly close them. Thin, see-through copy of paper. The rest of the stinking cellulose is it's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to be blue.
Blue.
The blue heart. Don't look into it. Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there? Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if something happened to it. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through.
Blue.
You cannot see to its center. There's pain in there, if you want some. That, with your hands, you 4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board. Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. Inside, you see 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. The words just crossed your mind somehow. Who do you think? You.
Right? You'll find like little interesting things and
It's slightly, ever so slight. Your hand shakes.
you'll find
The
like a little
acidic
thing
stench
that
of
you
rotten
click on and it
food has
just
rubbed
doesn't
off
go
onto.
anywhere. Like, you know. Well, at least.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural? I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners.
The bemusement in her voice doesn't fully mask genuine tenderness.
They'll never be skulls, but their hearts are in the right place.
She throws you a conspiratorial glance, then presses her finger to her lips and squints up at the sky, as though straining to hear something in the distance.
Have you noticed the quiet? Every so often, you might hear a gunshot pierce the air somewhere in Jamrock. But in Martinez, no gunshots, no sirens. The people are languishing in boredom and complacency. This place is a sepulchre. We'll paint it red. We bring the raucous. You bring the sirens.
What is it with these skulls and cooperation? They have to be the nicest violent street gang in Revachol West.
Ooh, not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
I've already be a coal man. Coal man's daughter.
Yes, I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me, but somehow it never happens.
Never does. Never does.
Does anyone in a city like this? Shoot, Piggy. It's what you do, isn't it? I ain't no snitch.
Actually,
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? I fear I've told you all. Is there anything else I can...
She's not even asking you anything. It's so easy to just say.
Oh. That's so... helpful of him.
The lieutenant looks at you and you can swear his jaw muscle is trembling.
Jesus, itchy.
When I said be wacky, I didn't mean wildly, grossly irresponsible and damaging to the RCM.
Unconventional police officers sometimes lose their guns. They then go around and tell people about this, to gauge their reactions. It's all part of detecting.
Incredible. Simply incredible. And how is it going? Has this detecting produced a gun? Well, maybe he's not as helpful as you thought then. Is there anything else? Did you now? What sort of borscht is he making? The strike brew. That's a classic. And by turn up the heat, I presume you mean put more alcohol in it? Why, if I may ask, why make them more drunk? Aren't they corked enough already?
Yes, Detective. What were you hoping to accomplish with this strange thing?
Like, and stuff like this just seems like it's important, you know, but at the same time, it's like, I have no idea what he's fucking talking about. Like, I have no idea what to pick. Like, what I'm being presented with doesn't make any sense. Like, but it feels like it's going to be important somehow. But like, should I just fucking I don't know.
Very curious. A very curious thing to do.
Yeah.
Truly. But that's how he operates. He just does things, man. And then talks about them, even if it's inappropriate.
A strange equanimity has overtaken the lieutenant. He's just going with the flow now. Easier than it.
What else? A referral, you mean? I take it this was for someone in the RCM. Don't answer that. Oh my. A real...
The lieutenant does not say anything, but you hear the nylon of his jacket rustle as he looks at you.
That's good to hear, Detective. Police work is rarely pretty, but it sounds like you did what you had to do.
Her bartering mind cannot fathom that you didn't ask anything in return.
Frankly, what was done was not pretty at all, but neither was it illegal, and it was not for nothing.
This seems serious.
I advise you to be very selective with what information you choose to share. This may have consequences beyond our line of sight.
Right? Right? And it comes to like something like this, and like I know what they're talking about, but honestly, I could be. I have absolutely no fucking clue which like I know what they're talking about, but like whether or not I should tell her any of this, I have a fucking clue. Zero. Like how this, like where most people would probably be like, oh, this is strategically this they based on, you know, they'll be making these connections with me. No. Because like right now with this question, I should know like what should be my strategically what I'm going for thing to say right now. But honestly, I don't have a fucking clue. Like I think there's a disconnect with the way I perceive the world and like this game. I think there's a fundamental disconnect between the way I perceive the world, the entire fucking realm of my encompassing my existence. The way I see the world is fundamentally at odds with what they expect from people when they play this game. You know, I just don't. I think there's a fundamental disconnect, honestly, because like you're put against something, a question like this. This is obviously incredibly fucking pivotal. I like Mr. Kim, like what he said there, right, Frank? I advise you to be very selective with what information you choose to share. This may have consequences beyond our line of sight. This is a very important game decision. I know what they're talking about, the events, the Union, the military wing, cooperate with the investigation. It all makes sense. I understand everything, but I have absolutely no fucking idea where to even begin choosing which one of these options. I don't know. If I fucking like I just see the world, I don't know, like connections were supposed to have been made and they haven't been. Because I see things fucking, I perceive things weird. And I don't understand human relations. fucking clue. I don't have a fucking clue what I should. I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot with this decision because I'm basically just gonna have to pick something at random, I guess. I don't know.
Misinformation. This is all because we haven't shared information on the lynching yet. See? Already the adversary uses it to their advantage. Don't let him. Hurry up on that probe. The moment you tell me you're finished at the traffic jam, I will gladly tell you the company's side of the story.
She must really want you to look into the drugs. Otherwise, she'd tell you. She was worried for a moment that she's overplayed her hand by not sharing info sooner. Then she settles down, curious to hear more.
Yes, that's the talk about town. The Hardy Boys, they're called. Find the name rather amusing, honestly. How benevolent. Hopefully they'll help you sort this whole business out, if they haven't already.
While we appreciate your assistance, ma'am, I'm afraid we can't discuss the specifics of an ongoing investigation with you.
That is only fair. Well, I hope it yields something. Otherwise, you'll have opened that door for naught. Anything else? I wouldn't have taken Everard for a saber rattler. Was he surrounded by Union men he wanted to impress?
No, it was more like he wanted things to get worse. In secret, of course.
Or he wants you and me to believe he's calm and in control. He's a politician.
There's always that risk, ma'am. But if I may offer my opinion, he means it.
I'll think it over, Detective. Thank you for relaying this information to me.
She tries to hide it, but some great doubt is spreading within her. There is a crown slowly cracking above her head. You can't say, only that she's hiding the magnitude of it from you.
What? Yes, of course. Everything's fine. Perhaps there's more gossip you'd like to share. What you've said is quite enough. You've given me a lot to consider, and may have helped me prevent this conflict from escalating.
Hear that, hero? Feels good, doesn't it? You should relay confidential information more often.
Sounds like he has you running errands, Detective.
Pretty much.
A well-established dominance ritual. Where did he have you deliver it? Ah, yes. I've been meaning to go there.
With longing. Clear and simple longing. Strange. Why does she want to go there?
A youth centre with Edgar Clare's statue on top of it. Go ahead. Help him. Make it so. I have no power to stop him. I should be. In my youth, I had a brief dalliance here in Martinez. He was an older man with impossibly broad shoulders. He's probably dead by now. Even his shack is long gone. Not that it matters. These buildings are all carbon copies of one another. Yes, I was slumming it with some girlfriends of mine. We had boats and... Don't hold it against me. My paramour certainly did not. Not overly so. It's not like this was the only place we visited. Me and my girlfriends from Azod with our shiny boats. Like reavers. We told ourselves we were the worst thing to happen to the coast since the Coalition landed in '08. Imagine.
She's sentimental, all right. You don't know enough about her to find out why exactly. She will keep her secrets for now.
Yes. I'm sad I'll never have the time, Detective. I've always wanted a dilapidating fishing village.
A dilapidated. Dilapidating. 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 Yeah, that's right. A dilapidating village.
She is more defensive about it than usual.
I came up with that place, Sacro, because they had the dilapidated temple, or the dilapidated shrine, kind of the dilapidated temple. Anyways, it was hilarious.
Full of ghosts and ancient memories. Has this errand yielded you any... Of course, Detective. You can always...
Yes?
I know, just thought you might want to talk. Just thought you might want to talk. Oh, yeah, I figured that's what would happen.
I have really outdone myself. This is divine.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston. More padding on that fat arse of yours. I hope your heart gives out.
René, it's a little pleasures. Life doesn't need to be a struggle. Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day? Oh, sweet Jenny. She was the finest woman in all of Revachol. Maybe the entire world.
Do not defile her memory, Gaston. Let her rest in peace.
His tone lacks its usual intensity, like he doesn't feel he has the right to speak.
OBS fucking froze. But, I think I found a way to quickly jog it. It took me a while to get there, but I think I found a method to, as soon as it happens, I should hit Control-Alt-Delete, bring up the task manager, go to the OBS thing, and if you right-click on it, you can force, yeah, exactly. You can force OBS into efficiency mode. And the second I did that, I got it back. I didn't even have to go into efficiency mode. I just had to get it to say, are you sure you want to go into efficiency mode? At which point I pressed cancel. But as soon as I hit the enter efficiency mode, I instantly had it back. So, moving forward, whenever that happens, I'm going to immediately do that, and I bet it'll fix it right away. So, thanks for sticking with me, everybody. That was fabulous. Means the world to me. Because honestly, if I was on a stream and it went dead for like 3 whole minutes, I'd be like, yeah, I'm out. So, thanks for putting up with that, and I'm just gonna ask you to put up with a little bit more, because now that that's said and done, I have to go to the fucking bathroom, because what else is new, right? Welcome to the Scogly Odin Show. So I went balls deep with just telling fucking Joyce everything. Because honestly, I'm gonna lean hard into the centrist role, which sounds fucking stupid, but that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna tell everybody everything. Make deals that work out good for me, and just, I don't know, try to keep the peace and just do my fucking job and just stay impartial. I know I'm part of the system, but whatever. I don't know. So now that I've told her that, I don't know.
The file cabinet stands steady as ever. The drawer slides shut, smoothly. The payphone hangs mutely on the wall. Rusting control panel with several knobs. The words marche and arrête are very, very slightly. No screech of metal when you push the button this time. Only silence as the crane remains in its state of dormant. The crane does not return to its before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly. Before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If any, why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
I almost fucking got it.
Because what wasn't an option? Now is not the time to get philosophical, detective. You can do that after hours.
6-6 would have won. 6-6 always wins.
Mr. Dubois, every worker, member of the board. How can I help you today? No, you didn't. I know the mailman, Harry. I know everyone and everything that happens in this town, and I know there's no letter in that mailbox yet. Just like I know you'll get it done. Once you stop horsing around, let me know when it's done.
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful.
But, he thinks, it's your call.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm gonna hand you the keys to Martin A's, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing. I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martin A's. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry. Yes, the little cul-de-sac on the coast, where all the men have drowned in either the sea or the bottle, a gloomy place, doesn't have that Union attitude. They are just going to have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie. By all means, Harry. What's on your mind?
Old monument stand. A lorry abandoned by its owner, stuck in the interminable traffic jam. The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. A metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper. It's an issue of Périphérique from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from it. It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the Ulan frequency system. These formulas look oddly painful. Maybe it's the hangover, but they give you a headache.
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
The pull-out toolbox slides back in and close the rusty...
It's you again. What is it?
Nothing is happening. The pieces are there, but they remain sorry, you're not coming up with anything. Again, the pieces are there. She could have done it. Somehow. Something else. Walla walla bing bang. It's still nothing. But that's okay. This doesn't have to turn into some kind of meltdown. You're just a cop. Let's look at this as a learning experience. What are the components you need to implicate Ruby? His wife left him. He needs to kill himself. Make her sorry she did. Smart move. The components are access to the roof, weapon, and motive. Here is what you can do to make it easier. Come on, guys. For starters, you could find out what's behind that mystery door in the kitchen. If it's a secret route, she could have used that to get to the roof. Can't get through the door? You know what would help. Doing a thorough search of this room. Maybe something's hidden. Hey, did someone say something already? No? Yes? Who cares? Upstairs in Clausia's bedroom, the window the bullet came through. Analyze that. There's a spooky building west of this. Take a flashlight with you. Search the basement. There are secrets, magisterial, ancient secrets that may assist you. You could crack Clausia's last defenses. Maybe she'll tell you something helpful. It's that simple.
Unless we have more business, we should.
You see a heavy steel door with a prop. The door does. Again, you find yourself looking at that big old window. Nothing, as before. Just black branches.
What's this weirdo cop doing now, huh? Window shopping?
I think he's trying to find dirt on us, in our box. It's what they do, Shanks. Did you know policemen are sometimes called pigs?
Wow, no. I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, because they like to sniff around in dirt.
He's just trying to sound clever. He has no idea what you're looking for, nor do you yourself.
Yeah, your mother.
It's not a very good mother joke, but the room still laughs. There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. It's still too cold outside. You're not so sure about that.
Yes? What is it?
God damn it, you leave her alone. Keep your weird bullshit to yourself and be professional for once, for fuck's sake.
Can I actually help you with something?
Yes, of course. Preposterous.
Again? I can't. I'm going to say no. Just to see what you'll say to that. What'd you say? Okay.
Jean, he said okay. Give it a rest.
Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent, something of that kind. Not a cop. Go on with your cop work. Don't let me stop you again.
I think I'm kind of burned out on this game again. I can only play it for a little while, and it's just like, there's just the sheer weight of how, like, just kind of starts to get to me, right? When there was lots of stuff to do, it was like really interesting and compelling, and now it's just like, it drip feeds you stuff that just goes fucking nowhere. I can only take it for so long, and yeah, I'm not play something else today, but I can, like, it's like 2 hours, it's like all I got. Like, everybody raves about this game, and I see it. It's. I think I have a mental disconnect with this game. I'm really struggling with it because I'm almost to the point where I just not gonna bother to. Hopefully, fucking Voxel can show up and give me some, I don't know, advice or whatever. It's at this point. It's wildly compelling and deeply fascinating and like super interesting and like obviously fantastic. Kind of at a loss then. Just don't have it in me to fucking finish it because I was hoping Voxel would show up and would be able to give me some advice, but of course they didn't. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll put a post out on just the community page or whatever. Be like, yo, like, you guys that like this game, this is where I'm at with it. And you guys that subscribe for this game, like, you might want to respond to this particular post, because if you don't, I'm not going to play the game. I'm going to take a little short half-hour break. I'm going to come back to something else, because I can't, like, I can only take, like, an hour.